Welcome to the Pathways to Prosperity podcast, where we explore personal, professional, and financial success stories of top achievers. Let's dive in.
Hello and welcome. We're here today with Jesse from Clean Cut Brothers Landscaping and Christmas Lights. How's it going today, Jesse?
It is hot. It is hot out here in Texas, but it's going great.
Nice, nice. Where are you at in Texas, Jesse?
We're in Fort Worth. We're in Fort Worth, Texas, right on the outskirts of Dallas.
Ah, okay. Is that where the Cowboys are?
The Cowboys are over in Dallas, but yes, sir.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. And so tell me a little bit about yourself, Jesse. What do you do?
So a little bit about me is I'm a son, I'm a husband, I'm a father. I love my family, and so to be able to provide for my family, I decided that running the rat race wasn't necessarily the thing that I wanted to do for the next 70 years. And so I ventured out and I began a landscaping and a Christmas lighting company. And so over the last couple of years, we kind of started out very small, doing regular lawn maintenance. And since then, we've kind of moved into building fences, pergolas, outdoor waterfalls. We got involved with Learn Creeks. Went through some trainings there, and we had a lot of projects. And we're getting ready for our next upcoming season for Christmas lights. Um, we are nationally certified. Same guys that trained the people that do the Hallmark movies also decided to take us under their wing, and so we're able to create these beautiful displays for people around Christmas time and to light up their homes without the necessity of the people themselves having to get up there and worry about it.
Nice. Don't say that too loud. I don't need my wife to hear that. So, uh, seems like there's a lot of competition in your business. What sets you apart?
Um, well, first and foremost is that I would like to say my faith, and I know that there's a lot of people out there that have faith as well and believe in our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Um, but as part of my beliefs is that if I want to be a disciple, it means that I need to stick to my guns and do the things that I say that I'm going to do. Right. So first off, as far as the maintenance was concerned, we showed up when we said we were going to show up when we were going to show up. And then on top of that, the quality of our work has never been questioned. I may not be the best marketer, but I have any of my customers that you've ever could talk to, reach out to, will always say Jesse always did top-notch quality work. And anybody that works with me also needed to be able to do the same. And I started that business out with my brother. And so knowing that we were going to show up for people, do what we said that we were going to do, has always just made us reliable. And it's hard to find contractors that are reliable these days. And then as we reached out to other people for mentorship, such as yourself, we were able to kind of scale our business a little bit more and just add on some things that people really aren't doing in this area anymore, such as the custom concrete with new materials. So
Awesome. Awesome. So, is there anything that comes easy to you that others find challenging? Sounds like showing up on time is a pretty good start, huh? It's amazing how people find that challenging, right?
it's mind-boggling today. Um, I feel like if you're a contractor and you've done something 10, 20, 30, 100 times, whatever the case may be, then you should always be able to show up and just knock it out exactly the same. That you have to be able to set up a system on the way that you work. And unfortunately, I've gone behind a lot of other contractors that have just decided to cut corners. And so it's always been, I guess it would always be easy for me um, to do things right the first time. That way I don't have to go back and have to redo them. So it's always
Well,
been easy to not cut corners.
it's amazing how hard, how many times you have to tell people to do it right the first time. You know, you're going to come back and do this again, trying to cut the corner on it, and yet they still feel that that's a good idea. So, no,
Yeah.
I really appreciate that, and most homeowners appreciate that. You do it right the first time from that side, for sure. Um,
And in the end, I think it ends up being more affordable for them, not having to redo it 3 or 4 times.
yeah,
So,
yeah, yep. Um, so if someone listening to us now wanted to get better at, say, putting up Christmas lights and as an example, or maybe working on their own backyards themselves, what tips or suggestions would you give them?
go to somebody that's already been successful in doing so. So instead of just watching a few DIY um, instead of just watching a few DIY videos, coupled with those videos, like reach out to somebody that's installing lights. Um, and ask if you can come and shadow them. Ask if you can come and maybe give them a day of free labor or something, if they'll be willing to teach you the tips and the tricks and the things to avoid, not only for your own safety, but for the quality of what you're going to do. If you're going to risk climbing up on your roof and messing with electrical components, you want to make sure that you're doing it in the best way possible. And you can't always get that just from watching a 5 or 10 minute YouTube video.
Absolutely. No, I agree. And, I always told people, everybody always asks me, what was you know, I'm a little older than you, but when the HGTV came out and they were, everybody is, oh, you can do all these projects, and they said, doesn't that mess with your business? I said, no, it's the best thing I ever found. They go, what do you mean? I said, do you know how many phone calls I get from people who start a project that thought they were going to have it done in a weekend? You know, so it's never to discourage people. That's never my goal in life. But, like you said, at the same time, it's so many people underestimate how hard something's going to be, and, from that avenue, oh, I can do this. Yeah, climb up and down the ladder 50 times in a day and let me know how many times you can do that the next day, you know? Um, so yeah, from that avenue, it's definitely, to me, I found a great piece of advice. Hey, I'll come and work for free if you'll teach me a few things, you know. Um, I love that. I've actually offered to do that, to learn things myself. So, I think that's a great piece of advice, being willing to give up a little bit of your time for someone else's time and, you know, go from there. So Jesse, tell us what's maybe the biggest challenge that you had to overcome in your career.
Um, Getting out of my own mindset and my own headspace. So it's a no brainer that in today's society, it's kind of difficult to find people that want to be in this type of industry, out in the sun and whatnot, even if you pay well. Uh, it's not untypical to pay somebody 35 to 50 an hour and they not show up still, right?
Yes.
And so, but that's kind of my own fault, right? So I have to be willing to weed out those people that actually want to not only see my company grow, but that are willing to see themselves grow with the company, right? I don't want somebody that's working for me, but rather with me. But my mindset in the past has been, oh, well, everybody's got a sob story. Everybody's got some type of thing that they're going through. And so people who didn't necessarily fit my ideals, I kept them on quite a bit longer than I should have. And as a result, it ended up doing more damage than help in the business. Uh, I completely believe that employees don't cost you money. The right employees don't cost you money, right? But actually making that a reality for myself has always been quite a bit of an issue for me, which is why I'm hoping that with the pathways to prosperity, that I can learn to finally put my foot down and go from being self-employed to an actual business owner and actually creating a an environment um, where people are respecting me, and by respecting me, I'm able to not only help them become the best version of themselves with the company that they can become, but we are the best quality driven integrity driven company that we can be for our customers.
Yeah. No, that avenue that you discussed is a thing I went through myself. I went through those struggles myself, and probably one of my biggest challenges and the hardest things that I had to deal with was that I believed in people more than they believed in themselves. And I had to learn to separate the people that were looking for a hand out from the people who are looking for a hand up. And a lot of times
Yeah.
it's very hard to distinguish the two of those. As you get better at that, you learn to kind of weed through that a little quicker. You know, obviously, I always want to help people that are willing to help themselves, but you know, I can't do it for them. You know, so I definitely understand that aspect of where you're coming from, and you know, as you get stronger at that, you'll be able to get the guys in and out a little faster, as much as I hate to say that, that shouldn't be there, and the ones that take away. You know, those guys that take away, you have to get rid of them because they'll take your good guys with them, you know. So
Uh,
that's a huge learning process. And, you know, it's hopefully you're getting onto the other side of that one and, you know, advancing what you're doing in your business from that side. Sounds like
uh,
going well for you in business right now. What are some of the things that you're looking forward to in the future? What you're doing with your businesses?
in the future and things that we're implementing now. I have been terrible at marketing in the past, and for the first time, I'm actually willing. I'm getting again out of my own headspace, and I'm willing to actually market. There are companies that do not do the same quality of work for us, do not have the same integrity, honesty, or anything like that, and they constantly have work coming in because they're good at marketing. So if
Mhm.
I can't do it, I'm now ready to reach out to somebody who can. Um, and some of the visions that I have for our company moving forward is I want time. I want time back with my family. That's the one. It's the one resource we can never um, recover. So with the time that I do have left with them, I would like to price things the way that they should be priced, so that I can still provide the same quality of work and not have to cut any corners, but that I'm also able to better provide for my family. And again, just create an environment that overall I can go home and be happy with, and actually go home while my family and my little ones are still awake. So
Yep. Yep. Well, the biggest thing as a young business person that I ran into was just learning to do less work for more money than more work for less money. A lot of
mhm.
people confuse more work with more money, and that isn't necessarily the case. I much rather work for people who value my time, value my family's time, and value my expertise than to work for everybody. So, you know, it's like you said, investing into that marketing, investing into yourself and understanding your own value from that side is a, you know, huge step in growing your business and moving forward from there for sure. Um, so it sounds like you're kind of getting to that point where you're just like, okay, this makes sense for me to for small businesses, a lot of time the hardest thing to do is invest in marketing because it's a huge chunk of money, and you know, oh, it's $5,000 or $10,000, you know, a month or more. You know, a lot of small businesses, that's a lot of money for them. But done properly and done right, and you know, finding the right people to work with is something that turns that into uh, you know, multiples of 10 of what you're investing into it. So, you know, I think you're headed in the right direction, just vetting the people that you're working with and ensuring that, you know, that will work out to the best for you and your family. Um, excuse me. So as we're wrapping up here, our interview, I want to respect you and your family's time as well. Uh, any other exciting plans or initiatives that you have coming up in the next year, or anything that you want to talk about?
Yes. So we're probably going to be getting out of maintenance altogether this upcoming year. Our skills have gotten great enough that we're kind of like, hey, it just doesn't make sense for us not to move forward with the custom concrete, with the waterfalls, with the backyard oases. Um, I mean, we're really finding that this is probably going to be the niche that we want to move forward with. And I mean, you kind of have to go big or go home, right?
Yes,
And
sir.
I definitely believe that this is a lot bigger. A pool is a lot bigger, and a big, nice waterfall that you can walk out with music and lights and just this amazing scene in your backyard is a lot more difficult, intriguing, but worth it than just showing up to put a couple of stripes in the yard.
Yep. Yep. Nope, I agree. And as you find those projects that are more difficult and not everyone else does, it definitely allows you to charge at a rate that's more in line with the value, that you carry for yourself and your own family. So I could definitely appreciate that side of it and what you're doing going forward. And like I said, it is, as you know, we one of my businesses is the similar product, but doing the exact same thing just in a different market. And you know the opportunities to do this and to grow and to do well are tremendous. So I definitely think you're making the right choice and moving that avenue from that side. So yeah, well, I definitely appreciate your time, Jesse. I appreciate you getting on here with us and sharing, and thank you to you and your family, and we look forward to speaking to you in the future.
Likewise, thank you so much, Terrence, and you guys have a blessed day.
Yep, you as well.
Thanks for listening to the Pathways to Prosperity podcast. Got a success story to share? Visit pathwaystoprosperitypodcast.com/guest and apply today.